الو.
الو دا اسمع. شلونك؟
قولي. الحمد لله الله يسلمك.
هلا بابا.
هلا حبيبتي حياتي. هلا وروانتي شلونك؟ عمري.
زينة، انت شلونك؟
الله يسلمك مشتاق لك.
افتح كاميرا.
لا تسوق السيارة.
ما يصير افتح كاميرا. لا افرح وارتاح من اسمع صوتي. افتح كاميرا عادي. هو هماتي نفس الشيء، هو التليفون شوي مصبرنا. عنده مشكلة برجله، من ضربنا احنا بحادث ارهابي بالعراق، وعنده مشكلة برجله وكان ما يقدر يمشي.
مشتاقين لك لا تروح، مشتاقين لك.
لان ضربونا داعش ورجع بها هواي طلقات. كان مريض، احنا جينا لوحدنا، هو خاف علينا كلش. ان كان وضع بالعراق كلش مو زين، خاف علينا واحنا طلعنا وقال انا اجي بعدين وراكم.
حبيبتي وين انا بروح اشوفك؟
هذا البلوز اشتريته شوفه.
من وين؟
اوكي مرينا 9 دول احنا. تقريبا طول 10 ايام، كل وسائل النقل استخدمناها. بس كان اصعب شيء عندنا من عبرنا من تركيا لكريشلاند، اصعب شيء ردنا نموت، يعني الله نجانا من موت محقق. وردنا نموت بعدين جت السواحل اليونانية نقذتنا. على مود اختي هنا بألمانيا، وانا حبيت ألمانيا لان بيها 4 فصول. بيها 4 فصول، يعني مو مثل السويد قالوا بيها ثلوج. مشت لابن هي نشت اندر اشتات منشن نجيت موت أليس ماينة فاميليا.
Since 2014, Germany has accepted more than 1.5 million asylum seekers. Upon arrival, they are assigned a town by the German government based on the number of inhabitants and the standard of living.
Es ist gut, dass es Länder gibt, die sich engagieren und die schlimmste Not beseitigen. Ne? Das ist klar. Ob es natürlich richtig ist, dass Deutschland allein das stemmen sollte, ist sehr fraglich.
Ich weiß nicht, ob genug getan wird. Ich kann das nicht beurteilen. Ich denke, wir Deutsche haben ja eine spezielle Geschichte.
Detmold, in the northwest of the country, is an affluent city of around 70,000 inhabitants, which was suddenly ordered to take on 700 migrants, equivalent to about 1% of its population.
Es müsste eine gewisse Obergrenze geben. Das halte ich für wichtig, denn irgendwo man kann nicht zu viele Menschen aufnehmen. Und insofern bin ich doch für eine bestimmte Grenze.
Every 2 weeks, I think there's another terrible story, and when we don't help each other, then it's, I don't know, it doesn't have a sense anymore.
It seems as though the residents have taken well to their new neighbours, which is in large part due to the concerted integration efforts carried out by the municipality. The idea is to encourage as much as possible interactions between the locals and the new arrivals around social events organised by the authorities. Cafe Welcome is just one example, where anyone can come forward and ask questions or voice their concerns to an attentive audience.
We had people asking things like, why do they come here and they claim our money, but they have the newest smartphone and seem to wear only good brand clothing? How is this happening? How is this possible? They're supposed to be poor, so it's an idea of they're actually supposed to be poor, otherwise they can't be refugees. It's really, you need to have someone who is responding to those sort of questions and who does give you the facts that you need to know. I think in Detmold we still experience a very privileged position because a lot of the population of Detmold really has said we want to make this work and we really want to be a city that welcomes refugees. wir machen
In Germany, Suad's 4 children have discovered a new hobby: theatre, an art which was unheard of in their native Iraq. Now they're part of this drama group, mainly made up of refugees. They call themselves Fragile Theatre. Two professional comedians run this project: Marianne from France and her German friend Luzi.
Bisschen mehr Platz. So, Rawan, fang mal an. Zap.
The group is back together after a few months' hiatus, in this hall provided by the local authority. They're rehearsing for a public performance in a few days.
C'est pour réveiller ces petites cellules. C'est un exercice qu'on répète souvent. Tout le monde sait quand on commence Zip Zap Zop, ben on est dans le théâtre fragile, on rentre dans ce petit monde-là.
Wir machen jetzt kleine Improvisation mit der Maske. Das erste machen wir sehr einfach, wie wir ganz am Anfang gemacht haben.
The piece they will perform is inspired by their own experiences as refugees.
Ja, das ist doch toll. Ja? Dann nehmen wir das.
But there is a twist in their performance. All the actors will be wearing masks.
Ich glaube, oben ist besser.
J'avais beaucoup de doutes et de craintes avant de commencer par rapport justement à jouer avec un masque qui n'a pas de bouche, qui n'a pas de nez. Avoir un masque où on a moins d'oxygène, alors que peut-être que certains ont déjà eu cette expérience dans leur traversée de pas pouvoir bien respirer, par exemple. Et ce que j'ai finalement rencontré, c'est qu'ils sont beaucoup plus solides qu'on le croit.
Und dann guckst du zu einer anderen Person mit viel Zeit und dann spürst du in deinem Herzen, was es mit dir macht.
Le travail avec le masque, c'est vraiment l'humain dans ce qu'il a d'universel qui passe au premier plan.
Ah.
Ça les libère aussi de ce qu'ils portent de manière individuelle.
I never know that I like to play, but I see myself just I'm in. You can see me, I'm smiling and I'm talking and people around me, they are laughing and we are joking. But after all this, it's like drama. When I'm alone sometimes, so when I play with people and it's making me forget, I never planned for it, but maybe my life needed to be like this way, so I have to be like that. My name is Emmanuel, Jerome, and I'm 33. I come from Sudan. I'm living here in Detmold 2.5 years. Until now, it's not clear that I'm going to stay in Germany or not.
With his life in peril at home, Emmanuel applied for asylum 18 months ago. Since then, he has been desperately waiting a response. In the midst of his turmoil, he managed to find support in the town's church, which has lent him this apartment in a retirement home.
Maybe I'm the lucky refugees in Germany. I have many friends, church friends supporting me. Everybody's there for me. Even I can feel like I want to cry. Without them, I cannot do anything. So.
Emmanuel left his family, a mother and sisters, back in Sudan, a country torn apart by war and famine. He prefers not to display photos of them in his apartment.
Yeah, they're here. But it's so hard to look at them and being 6 years without seeing them. So even to talk with them on the phone sometimes it's painful. I miss them so much. I want to talk to them. But when I talked with them, I was like, why did I call? It's not because I don't want to hear what is happening. And we never talk even. When we call always, we are just crying, She's crying, my mother's crying, I'm crying. So we never get the point.
Emmanuel? Hello.
Emanuel is meeting up with Marianne, the director of the acting group.
Schön ist es hier, Mann.
Yeah.
To prepare the performance, Marianne must find out more about how Emmanuel came to Germany, as well as how he has been integrated. His story, along with those of the other actors, will be woven into the script.
Avec Théâtre Fragile, on combine donc ce théâtre de masques avec des collages de sons, avec des témoignages de personnes qui sont concernées par le sujet de la migration, pour avoir donc deux niveaux de réception, le niveau plus poétique et sensible du jeu et de la fiction, et d'un autre côté quelque chose de documentaire, de personnel, qui a vraiment à voir avec l'histoire des gens d'ici. What does it mean for you, safety?
For me, safety is like a place where always you will sit and you will feel like there is a lot of people who love you around you. If there is no people who love you around you, you don't feel safe. We are people, we are human, we are all the same. That's why we come to Europe, because we feel that in Europe there is a human right. It's not like people are different, or people that have different color or different country, or this is Christian, this is Muslim or Buddha. We feel that here there is human right, so we feel like if you come here, we're going to be safe.
I would like to ask you also a question. What was the changing in your life?
It's my first time to do something with the theater, to make Schauspiel or something like that. And it's a chance for me to put my voice out, people can know some history of some people outside. So that's why I choose to be in Theater Vergeet. If there is someone outside who don't know how to talk, so I can be his voice. It was not only me. All the Theater Vergeet was the voice of the refugees in all Europe, so it was not only for German.
Emmanuel isn't the only one who wants to make his voice heard through the theatre. Suad wants to share her experience of integration in Germany, which proved to be relatively smooth.
هاي أكلة عراقية فاصولية وهذا رز أبيض. هذا رز عراقي أطيب أكل عربي أطيب من الأكل الألماني.
Suad and her family are lucky by refugee standards. They come from one of the 5 countries given priority status by the German state: Iraq, Syria, Iran, Eritrea, and Somalia. Their applications are processed more rapidly and help is provided more quickly. Upon their arrival, they were housed for a few weeks in an abandoned military base before being transferred to their proper housing, for which the town pays a rent and the cost of heating.
وانطانا هاي الشقة قبل لا ناخذ الإقامة، وكبيرة واسعة، وكل واحد من أولادي عنده غرفة ومرتاحين بيها، وحمامات 2 بيها و2 بلكونات. الحمد لله والشكر، يعني مرتاحين بها هاي الشقة وما أفكر أني أغيرها.
As well as her apartment, Suad receives about €1,000 a month to support herself and her family. And her children were immediately enrolled in local schools. 18 months after their arrival, 7-year-old Rowan speaks German as well as she speaks Arabic, and is even starting to learn English.
Okay. I like spin when the birds in.
For Ali, aged 17, the situation is a bit more complicated. In Iraq, he dreamed of becoming an electrical engineer, but in Germany, he doesn't have access to this qualification. As a charity worker, Sabine has been helping the family since their arrival in Germany.
Wie geht's? Wie geht's dir? Gut, und dir? Auch.
She managed to find Ali another vocation as an electrician, which he will begin training for in a few weeks.
Ja, ich war diese Frau vom Jobcenter, Frau bei uns in der Schule.
Ja.
Und sie hat geschrieben, Unterstützung oder keine Ahnung von dem Jobcenter.
Ja.
Ich bekomme Unterstützung.
Fürs Lernen.
Ja.
Ja, gut, super. Lots of people coming here from Syria and Iraq want to study. It's quite difficult to adapt to the German system that quickly to get into the language that you have got the level to study. You can choose another way. You can do an apprenticeship, and if you want to study electric engineering, you do an apprenticeship as an electrician, and you have loads of knowledge, more than students will have when they start with their studies, and you go into the studies later. And it's not a matter of age, so. And Ali is quite young, so he will make his way. In this region, it's peaceful, but if you look to the eastern part of Germany, it's completely different. And there are statistics that there are attacks on refugee camps or on communal refugee houses every day in Germany.
To help with integration efforts, the German government has insisted that new arrivals learn German. Every morning, Suad sets off for school for 4 hours of lessons.
أنا ممرضة وأريد أشتغل فأني دائما الأوصاف قاماتي يوم بيوم أسوي يعني ما أخليه.
Ja, schönen guten Morgen. Dann bitte ich Sie, stehen Sie bitte mal auf, nehmen sich jeder eine Frage, bitte jede Person eine Frage und kommen Sie ein bisschen in die Mitte. Kommen Sie ein bisschen in die Mitte. Ja, genau.
Wie lange mussten Sie in Deutschland leben?
Wie lange? Ich musste bleiben. Ganz Zeit.
Immer?
Immer, ja.
Telefonieren Sie gerne?
Ja, ich gerne telefonieren meine Tochter und meine Sohn.
Gut, dann habe ich noch eine Frage. Geld oder Liebe? Geld oder Liebe?
Liebe.
Geld, Liebe?
Wenn Sie haben Geld, Sie haben Liebe.
Ja, aber nicht immer.
Nicht immer.
Nicht immer.
Okay, Nummer 15. Machen wir.
In Germany, asylum seekers are entitled to intensive 6-month language courses with specialized coaches, free of charge.
It's about, well, living in Germany, speaking a little bit, but not fluently. So it's not a problem when you make some mistakes. We have an examination at the end of this course. And the basic, the most important thing is that they can speak and we can understand the people. Yeah.
As it stands, the free integration courses are oversubscribed, with 200,000 people still in need of a place, whilst other asylum seekers are not permitted to take part.
Emanuel,
Na?
ich habe schon so lange nicht gesehen.
Ja, ich gehe in den Freimarkt. Brauchen Sie etwas? Brauchen Sie etwas? Erdbeeren, etwas so?
Ich habe vom Feld geholt, welche.
Okay.
Einen schönen Tag auch. Ja, wir sehen uns. Ich hoffe, dass ich
Okay.
jetzt hier schon so lange nicht gesehen.
Ja.
Schönen Tag.
Danke, tschüss.
Because the Sudanese are not seen as priority refugees by the German state, Emmanuel doesn't have access to as much support.
For me, I don't have a right until now to make a German course for free. If I want to make a German course, I have to pay by myself. Why not me? I'm refugees. It's not like I'm refugees like the other people. Why they don't want to give me a free German course?
A competent level of German is essential when applying for jobs. In 2014, Germany welcomed refugees with open arms, promising gainful employment for all. With an aging population and a falling birth rate, the country is in desperate need of manpower. But today, just like 100,000 other refugees, Emmanuel must settle for his current job, for which he earns only 80 cents an hour.
Doch, nehmen wir mit. Oh, die sind zum... Kann man kippen. Doch.
He's working for a charitable organisation which collects unwanted furniture free of charge to distribute amongst low-income households.
We just take it to our place, and the people come. If I need, someone is in need, he come in our place. And if he see that something's good, he take it. Yes, it's like shopping, but without money. I understand the feeling of need when someone needs something. So when I go there and some people come and they don't have anything and they get something, it makes me also feel good. أهم شيء كمان تتأكد مساحة البيت عندك كبيرة ولا صغير؟ لأن الخزانة أنا على ما أعتقد الخزانة أنا ما جبتها أنا. أنا كنت لو جبتها أنا كنت عارف منه كيف. باب بتسحب. فلو بدك إياه تمشي للشيف هيسجل اسمك هيحطها إياه. والدغري بيعطيه إياه.
In Sudan, Emmanuel was in a senior role at a five-star hotel. But here in Germany, he must make do with his job as a removal man, earning €350 a month for full-time work. But he nonetheless considers himself lucky to have the job.
He is helping me with the physical mind things. I'm busy to do something, it's not making me to think a lot. So I meet new people. I have something like duty every day. I have to go at morning and to do my job as a human being. So it's helping me a lot. It's not only about money, it's helping me to be healthy.
Of the 1.5 million refugees who have arrived in Germany in the past 3 years, only 130,000, less than 10%, have found work. Even with the steady job under his belt, Emmanuel fears that he won't be allowed to stay in Germany.
Ich wollte mit dir nochmal, ich glaube nämlich, ich habe nicht die neueste Kopie, oder?
Ja.
Das ist nicht die neueste,
Das
ne?
ist nicht die neue.
Weil hier ist...
Die neue ist bis...
Hier, guck mal. Hier, glaub ich,
She's my heart, she's my angel, and she's my best friend and sister and family. She's my everything.
His German friend Uli has been helping him with his application. With the sudden arrival of so many refugees, the state's resources are completely overwhelmed. It can take several years before an asylum application can be processed, and Emmanuel has been on the waiting list for a nerve-wracking 18 months. Uli is prepared for all eventualities.
It doesn't matter which paper comes back. Of course, if it's a positive paper, that's beautiful, and then everything will be solved. But if it's not, we will not accept that. We would go back to court and we would say that for humanitarian reasons, we ask for complete stopping of him being rejected and being sent from Germany. And I think we would be successful also in this because we believe in him, and there's enough proof that Emanuel has been well integrated and is working here, and so it's good chances, I think.
Also ich habe schon ein bisschen gesagt wegen dem neuen Soundcollage. Für uns war das jetzt wichtig, die Soundcollage ein bisschen neu zu machen, weil seit einem Jahr ist viel passiert. Ich glaube für alle. Wir wollten halt so in dieser Soundcollage, dass man das hört, dass ihr weitergekommen seid.
In this new version, for the first time, there is a discussion on the theme of expulsion, a fear that still haunts some.
Abschiebung ist das Schlimmste, was ich in meinem Leben erlebt habe. Das heißt, dass Personen über Nacht verschwinden, dass man auf dem Telefon 80 verpasste Anrufe sieht, Nachrichten, die von der Angst zeugen, dass sie dringend Hilfe brauchen. Abschiebung ist wie eine Jagd auf Menschen, die aus dem Nichts kommt. Aber es fühlt sich an wie Sterben.
In Detmold's town square, Fragile Theatre prepares for their big reveal. The name of their piece, A Meeting in Paradise, is a reflection on what Germany has offered to the refugees.
Und 1, 2, 3.
Keine Energie.
Ich bin bei der Technik. Die Luzi gibt euch den Zeichen. Okay? Habt viel Spaß.
The show starts with the story of the journey. The first part doesn't feature Emmanuel, Suad, or the other refugees.
Ils ne jouent pas leur traversée. Ça, c'était clair assez rapidement. Ça remue beaucoup et ça, on a préféré le laisser jouer par nos acteurs.
Wer sich auf die Flucht begibt und alles hinter sich lässt, der hat nichts zu Hause mehr, was es wert ist, dort zu bleiben. Der hat kein Zuhause mehr. Wer ein Zuhause hat, das den Namen verdient, der geht nicht weg.
D'entendre ces voix qu'on n'entend pas et de les entendre sur la place du marché comme ça. Et toutes les personnes qui sont autour ne peuvent faire rien d'autre que les entendre. De laisser cette place-là dans l'espace public, c'est très fort.
In the last part of the performance, the black boxes that were acting as props open up and are transformed into an interactive workshop. From this point, spectators become an integral part of the performance. They can taste a traditional soup, listen to recitals from the migrants, or get involved with some charity work.
Wir freuen uns, dass wir in unserem Paradies uns treffen. Herzlich willkommen.
Wonderful. So you can go there and eat something all together. There's the good end. I hope it will end in the reality also like that.
Ganz wichtig für unser Leben ist, also mit den Flüchtlingen zusammenzuleben und die Fragen vor allem zu beantworten, die beiden haben. Das war uns wichtig.
From now until 2020, Germany is set to spend 96 million euros to support and integrate its refugees, with the hope of reinvigorating the national economy.
It's just a beginning. So we're going to try to understand each other and to be together, to build German all together.